Alright, there was a lot of pace to start this game, and the Fever got up quick by capitalizing off it or just playing through Aaliyah as the hub, but it all went downhill just as quick because they couldn't make any of their open looks from deep. I wouldn't even say it was from the Sparks defense, because their bigs were either dropping or just not defending any screening actions, and none of them were making any effort to close out, so they were just dodging shots. I think a lot of their defensive issues stem from Hamby, because every time I watch her, she's too easy to finish over, and she's too lazy to guard the perimeter, so opponents are comfortable attacking her inside or outside. At least they finally got BRINK back, and she's the complete opposite, because she's got a knack for blocking shots, so she'll always make the low rotation, and she provides an inside presence they've needed all year. She reminds me of Gobert because she's probably the best weak side defender in the W, so that might allow him to get away without a first line, because they should be able to funnel players into her on the backside for cleanup duty, and even Stevens can somewhat do the same. Between all the stops inside and all the bricks from the Fever outside, they just pushed pace to play fast, so they got to establish a rhythm early. From the end of the first onward, it was obvious they were getting more confidence, because they were making tough shots on top of the easy ones, so all of them were basically getting whatever they wanted, especially their guards, and the Fever could not contain the Rock at all. Rakia was always getting by her defender to finish at the rim, and whenever Alamon and Plum weren't just putting their defenders on their ass, the two were just manipulating the SNRs and DHOs to open up their entire offense. Every time one of them turned the corner quick, it was either leading to a paint touch to make reads out of, forcing the Fever's bigs to veer and creating a mismatch, or opening up the lift for shooters, so the both of them were basically exploiting all of their options. But whenever the Fever's bigs were showing or blitzing Plum to force the Rock out of her hands, it just opened up the pocket for their bigs to eat, or to exploit the backside advantage, because she always made the right pass drawing too, and that's all without mentioning the trays they were hitting whenever the Fever went under screens. Their guards really controlled the offense from the pace to the screening actions, and that constant flow was the main reason why they were able to maintain their rhythm the entire night. But it wasn't just about their offense, because that end of the floor was even transferring over to their defense, so the more shots they made, the harder they played on that end, and from the second onward, they were way more active. Their bigs started showing, or at least switching against the Fever screening actions, and the only one that really had it going was Kels, because for some reason, they were still loose on her, so the Fever just doubled down by putting the Rock in her hands in the second half. They were able to get her going to her left off pin downs, backsides, SNRs, or DHOs, and whenever she came off clean, she was pulling. But whenever the Fever's bigs were there, she still made the right pass, so there was always an advantage playing through her. Even McDonald was getting some of the same touches in the fourth, and those two were basically doing the same thing the Sparks guards were doing to them all night, so the both of them were able to eventually put together a 21-5 run in the last 6 minutes to potentially run it back. But unfortunately, Kels went on to miss the crucial trade that would have made it a 3-point game. Then Stevens found Tracy from the corner for the dagger right after to secure the win. Now the Sparks just need BRINK to find her shot, because even with her bad misses, they still managed to score at least 100, and that's the 4th time in their last 5, so it should only increase once she gets her confidence back. Just watch the tape.